A good morning, everybody. This is the great 4 for 4 debate. It's getting ugly between the reigning two-time champion Rob Ellis, who was accompanied by Vince Papale into the ring, and one Angelo Cataldi.
Rob Ellis, in an effort once again to curry favor with the fans because he can't actually win a debate, drags in an American hero, Vince Papale, who had a movie named after him. You know why? Because he can't do it himself, Rob Ellis can't. The fact of the matter is, today he will be judged not on Vince Papale, but on his performance. Rob Ellis will fall today. Justice will be restored.
You have Hunter Pence for a whole season, which is going to be big. You're getting Chase Utley back, healthy at least to start the season. You have Jimmy Rollins back. You're going to have Ryan Howard at some point, but I think they'll be able to overcome that. I think they're going to upgrade in left field with John Mayberry and Lance Nix. And when you think about this team, they scored a lot of runs once they got Hunter Pence. They just weren't clutch. Now, we haven't seen them be clutch in 2 years, but I think they're capable of bringing that back. That's sports. It happens sometime.
It's the most asinine, stupid analogy that I've ever heard. Chase Utley has gone down every year for the last 2 or 3 years in the second half of the season. Jimmy Rollins is a .260 hitter his last 3 years. How can you put them that's the way to fix it? Are you kidding me?
Did he just reduce an entire season in which the Phillies won 102 games and then lost in the playoffs to the term "that's sports"? It is precisely this kind of superficiality that is why I'm so confused that this man has ever won. That's sports. Think about it. We invested 6 months of our emotional life as a fan in that team, but they lost because that's sports. Oh, goody.
If you were awake to watch a game every once in a while, you'd know that is sports. There are times when not the best team wins. I'm going to break it to you. I know this is kind of, and Howard, last time I checked, they won 102 games, didn't they? Last time I checked. And they won it, by the way, just because you backed the wrong horse 14 years ago with Andy Reid and you missed out on Charlie Manuel, now you have an agenda against the Phillies. He's got a ring, baby. Your man doesn't.
All right. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just want to know why we can't see Howard's eyes. What are you hiding? What are you hiding?
I like how Howard says he doesn't have any props, but he's been wearing sunglasses indoors since we got here. So we can't see when he's actually lying.
I think you know who really cared about the topics today once you cut through the red tape and you see all these guys debating and throwing mud at each other. Howard, I'm looking at you mostly.
You tried to put Howard in a corner, and as they say, nobody puts baby in the corner. Now, I don't know what we resolved today. Sixers are relevant again. Flyers are going to go where the goalie takes them. The Eagles are going to continue to confound everybody, and no matter how much spinning or number crunching their supporters do, is there anybody who really believes that Andy Reid is going to win the Super Bowl the 14th time around?
Yes!
Hello?
Will the Phillies see one more parade during this era? And if not, why not?
Well, Glenn mentioned earlier they might be the best team in the National League. And the way it's set up, they might be. But it's not about getting to the World Series anymore. It's about winning the World Series. And there's, I'd say, at least 3 teams in the American League that are better than the Phillies. So when you break it down that way, in response to your question, Anthony, I don't think so, because the American League is so good, and that's the problem right now.
All right, Bacardi challenge. Howard Eskin, Rob Ellis. Rob, go for it.
Here's the challenge. Who are the 3 better teams in the Phillies in the American League?
Texas?
Not even close, but go ahead.
Oh, you asked me who I thought.
They lost C.J. Wilson. They lost a lot of pitching.
That's
You aware
great.
of that?
I'll tell you what. If they play Texas
All right,
will
who
beat
else? You're wrong on the first one. Go ahead.
Anaheim.
No.
And the Yankees built themselves up. If the Yankees get there, I think the Yankees are better.
Been hearing
And
that
that's
every
just
year.
3.
Every year with the Yankees. Every year.
It doesn't matter whether it's every year. They're good.
No. They're, first of all, this pitching that they have is still better than anybody else's pitching.
That's great. They
Their
can't
bullpen
score.
is better than anybody else's bullpen with Papelbon on the back end and the setup that they have.
It's good. It's not
It's
outstanding.
good. Their pitching's good, huh?
Okay.
Hamels, Lee, and Halladay are good.
Didn't they
what
have
do you call great?
Didn't they have good pitching last year? Didn't they have a good
They
bullpen?
had it no way,
and
too,
they
when
can't
they won
score
it.
friggin' runs.
What kind of pitching did Texas have? Did they win it? Okay, thank you.
Like, Wait a minute, did they win it? They faced a hot team.
Wow, spirited.
It's tough to say that they won't win another one because you have a hard time proving it when you look at the talent they have on this roster. They definitely should win another World Series within the next year or two. But the fact of the matter is they've had arguably the most talent on the roster the last 3 years in baseball, and they have not won a World Series. World Series aren't won on paper. They're won on the field of play. And I'm here to say I think last year was their best opportunity to bring another championship back here. I'm going to lean on the side of they're not going to win another one.
You guys were great today. You guys were fantastic. Live from Chickies and Pete's in South Philadelphia, the great 4 for 4 debate.